As the climate crisis intensifies across the world, 12 nations from 3 regions in Africa are uniting with purpose. Bound by a shared resolve, they are eager to transform climate promises into tangible progress. Through bold policies, resilient adaptation plans, and unified voices on the global stage, they are charting a path to fulfill their nationally determined contributions and shape a more sustainable future. To support this journey, a new chapter is unfolding, grounded in data, accountability, and African leadership. Led by the African Technology Policy Studies Network in partnership with the Pan-African Climate Justice Alliance and the West African Green Economic Development Institute, a transformative initiative is taking root. Titled Building the Capacity of Selected Sub-Saharan African Countries to Effectively Measure Progress in Their Nationally Determined Contributions Implementation Using Tracking Tools and Indexes. The project empowers nations to pledge and prove real climate action. With support from the Africa Climate Change Fund, this project is equipping participating countries with the tools and skills needed to track, assess, and report with confidence.
The Africa Climate Change Fund selected the project led by ATPS, WAGEDI and PACJA, which seeks to build the capacity of 12 sub-Saharan African countries to measure the progress they've made in implementing their nationally determined contributions. And to do this, they are developing tools and indexes that can help them to scientifically compare how countries have done, the 12 countries have done, in their last or current nationally determined contributions.
At the heart of this effort is Africa's first homegrown tracker, the NDC Implementation Index, which focuses on 5 pillars: governance, measurement, reporting and verification, mitigation, adaptation, and finance technology transfer.
Because we are conscious of that some countries do not have adequate capacity to even collect data, to even set their targets, we have built in a capacity building component. So in the project, where across the 12 countries, we are training 72 climate champions, what we call climate champions or focal point coordinators. So in every country, we have identified 6 climate champions drawn from the quadruple helix, from government sector, from the research institutions, from civil society, from think tank, to participate in working with the government to identify, because government own the data and the government provide this data, and we train the focal point coordinators or climate champions on how to collect this data in line with what governments have set for themselves.
An index is like a scale, you see? It's just to tell countries where they are and where they want to go, because you cannot do things in an haphazard manner. So even within the framework of the UNFCCC, there are guidelines and deliverables each country is supposed to do. Now we are at NDC 3.0.
So looking at all this and how it comes up together to be able to give a holistic picture of what a country really should look at, the different parameters of what will constitute NDC tracking, really empowered me first of all as a national coordinator. And I remember we also organized a session with all our CSOs during our annual General Assembly last year in September, where the same was presented by the Kenyan focal points. And all of them actually said that for the first time, they're getting very credible information about NDC, information they have never received before, and also being able to have clear analysis and clear understanding what entails to implement a country's NDC.
Indeed, such transformative initiatives don't grow in isolation. They are driven by participatory dialogue and shared learning.
So for all the 12 countries, we have produced a report for each country. So that is a total of 12 reports that provide details about the stakeholders that are involved in climate action, that are involved in NDC implementation, and their relationship with amongst themselves. So how government works with private sector, how the private sector works with government and CSOs and research institutions, plus the media, who are very important in terms of dissemination and advocacy.
The initiative is rooted in vision, aligned with purpose and anchored in Africa's future, because progress unmeasured is progress undone, and resilience demands the truth. For Africa, this truth starts with tracking progress, powering change, and building climate systems that are measurable, inclusive, and Africa-led.